Hi and welcome back to part 2 of this week's training and rehabilitation. So I got my new belt from Anime Straps Co, the Itachi belt, which I got to try out today with some deadlifts, and it felt a little bit rough because it's still very stiff and it didn't sit how I wanted it to, but I ended up working up to 340 because it's the heavy day of the week that I'm allowed to do currently with my physio. It went really well, it moved really easy. So yesterday I did bench, worked up to 180 kilo tempo pause. Sets before it was 4x1 at 170 kg with long pause, close grip obviously. And then I did the 180 and then dropped sets right down to 140. Now this felt all really easy till a little bit after when I was doing shoulder press, and I realized I'd fatigued a bit too much and my thumb started playing up. But other than that, I was really happy. I did some drop sets on 140. I was meant to do 10. I miscounted by 1 and racked the weight. But honestly, it moved a lot smoother than it has been moving, especially with these high rep sets. But I'm happy that the weights are going up. This is the best my bench and most consistent it has been ever to be getting close to that 200. And I'm really excited. Today, did deadlifts. So worked up to, as I said, 340 single. Did some pauses beforehand. Tried to keep everything sort of tempo over that 300 kilo because I didn't want to pull too fast and strain my lat again or make it worse, which I ended up managing to avoid. So for this, I ended up just doing long pauses on 260. Did a couple of singles on that just to stretch out a bit and try and get used to the new belt. I was struggling to brace in it, but that's something obviously I'll have to learn as time goes on, especially once it stretches out, warps a little bit and sort of contorts to my body. Now this 340 was a little bit harder than it normally looks, but it still felt really easy, just a bit tight and having to slow down the movement with my lat. Still able to lock it out. That was my third single on that. After this, I did some single leg press. So I'm going in for an orthopedic surgeon appointment to get my knees checked and possibly get surgery to fix the botched one I've had before. This was quite easy, just felt a little bit unstable in my knees, but this is something that's really good for my rehabilitation and it doesn't make me overloaded with something like squats or really, really heavy leg press. So I was able to control it, and if anything went wrong, I can always put my second leg on there. I was really happy with the improvement I found in this too and the improvement in my stability. I'm still getting the clicks and the release through my knee, but it's a lot more controlled, it's a lot more bearable, and I'm able to do a little bit more than I normally would. So I am happy with all these growth points. It's just focusing on what I've got to do next. Next comp will be early in next year. I had to postpone this due to my lat and my thumb, but once they're all sorted, we'll be back and we'll be lifting some insane weights. Hope you enjoyed. Strong Nerd out.